Here we are, back in the hallway, the shadow whispering its tired lies. In front of you stands your door, new career, new relationship, healthier life, or a more honest self. It looks big, heavy. The handle is cold. Fear says, stay put. But now you know, it's not a wall. Courage is a practice, built one small step at a time. You can create your own soundtrack, drown out the doubt. Even if you stumble, the only true failure is to remain frozen. You have the tools, you have the knowledge. The only thing missing is a decision. This is the moment of truth, a quiet turning point. Will you listen to fear or to your own potential? Will you believe the horror story or dare to believe in possibility? The door won't open itself. The handle is waiting for your touch. The world is waiting on the other side. Will you freeze or will you push? When you open a door, you create a path for others. Your courage echoes. Speaking up makes it safer for others to share. Being vulnerable gives others permission to be human. Chasing your dream inspires someone else to take their first step. Think of those who opened doors for you: the teacher, the friend, the author, the hero. They faced their fears and left the door ajar. Now it's your turn. Your story is part of a larger human story of struggle and triumph. Every act of courage is a shout that reverberates. Let your actions be a verse someone else can borrow. Yo, I see you standing there, frozen and scared. But the path you're walking, it's already been shared. Your courage a ladder, your story a chime. You become living proof that the walls are, in fact, doors. Bravery isn't just for grand gestures, it's a daily practice. It's in the small choices, kindness listening, admitting you're wrong, asking for help. These are small doors of fear we can open every day. Make a list of things that make you a little uncomfortable. Maybe it's making a phone call, trying a new food, or starting a conversation. Pick one tiny door each day and walk through it. This is your courage workout, your daily rep. Each small act of courage builds on the last, creating a new identity. You start to see yourself as someone who acts in spite of fear. When a big, scary door appears, you won't be starting from scratch. You'll have a history of bravery to draw on, the muscle memory of turning the handle. I've done this before. I can do it again. Your daily dose of brave is the training montage for your life. It's preparation for your own revolution. Start small, build big. You're at the door, hand on the handle, anthem in your ears, but the unknown still holds you back. Fear projects a horror movie onto the door, showing you every way things could go wrong. But you have a creative mind too. Project your own film of possibility. What's the best case scenario? Visualize it. Make that vision so clear and exciting it overpowers fear. The truth, you don't know what's on the other side. It might be what you hoped for or something you never imagined, but it will be different from the room you're in now. Even if you fail, you'll have learned, grown, and proven you can face the unknown. The only true failure is never turning the handle. What's on the other side? A bigger room, more doors, more options. Every time you push through fear, you expand your world. The reward for courage isn't always success. It's freedom. Freedom to move, choose, act, and become. The journey of 1,000 miles begins and continues with a single step. Overcoming fear isn't one giant leap. It's a series of small, repeatable actions. Your job is to create motion, no matter how small. Let's get practical. If social anxiety is your fear, don't start with a party. Start by walking to the end of your driveway. That's it. Victory. Tomorrow, walk around the block. Next, sit in a coffee shop for 5 minutes. You're not conquering social anxiety. You're just winning the next 5 minutes. This is desensitization, exposing yourself to fear in manageable doses. Your brain learns the threat isn't as big as it thought. You're literally rewiring your brain through action. Some days, you'll retreat. That's okay. Progress isn't lost because of a bad day. Start again tomorrow or take a smaller step. The goal is persistence, not perfection. This is a practice like learning an instrument. You don't quit piano because of a wrong note. You just find the right one and keep playing. One step, then another. That's how you move forward. Sometimes you need a beat louder than your fear. Music is a cheat code for confidence, a battle cry when you're walking into the arena. When fear is loud, turn the music up louder. Give yourself a soundtrack for your own revolution. A powerful beat can change your state of mind in an instant. Here's a verse for when you're hesitating at the threshold. Yeah, the doubt is a sound. A persistent low hum tells you stories of all the bad things to come. But that lock on the door? It's a trick of the light. Got a fire inside you, burning so bright. Music rewires your emotional state. It's science. Build your playlist. What songs make you feel unstoppable? This is your armor. Before you face fear, put on your anthem. Let the beat become your mantra. Rap is the poetry of the underdog, born from struggle and ambition. Find your verse, or write your own. Even if it's just for you, tell the story of your fight. Heart beats a drum kick, a rhythm of dread. But the beat drops. I rise up, leave the fear behind instead. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting in spite of it. Courage is your knees shaking, your heart pounding, and still reaching for the doorknob. It's a muscle you build one small act at a time. Don't worry about the whole door, just focus on the handle. If public speaking terrifies you, don't start with a keynote. Start by saying one idea out loud to yourself. That's the first turn. This is the principle of the micro step. We get paralyzed by the mountain. Focus on tying your shoes. If you fear rejection, don't ask for $1 million investment. Ask a stranger for the time. The goal isn't the answer. It's surviving the act of asking. Each micro step builds evidence that you're capable. One small act of bravery wires your brain for the next. Say your idea to the mirror tomorrow, to your dog next, to a friend. You're building a staircase step by step. Each step is a small victory, proof that fear was wrong. You're gathering evidence for your own potential. You become the lawyer for your own possibility. The case for courage is built one tiny action at a time. Turn the handle just once. A wall is a dead end. A door is an invitation. When we see fear as a wall, we accept its limits and stop trying. But a door? It's a question mark, a promise of potential. A door says, there's more to see if you're willing to look. The power is in your hands. Leave it closed or push it open. Seeing fear as a door transforms you from a victim to the protagonist of your story. It's not just a metaphor, it's a mindset shift. When you face a challenge, ask, is this a wall or a door? Your brain will say wall, an old survival instinct. But our threats now are self-doubt, anxiety, fear of judgment. Growth depends on embracing opportunity, not avoiding risk. The work is learning to see the handle where you once saw only brick. Train your eyes to spot the crack of light underneath. It takes practice, repetition. Tell yourself, this is not a wall. This is a door. The moment you believe it, your world changes. The impossible becomes possible. Fear becomes a starting point. We all know that feeling a knot in your stomach, a cold sweat, a voice whispering, don't do it. Turn back. For me, it was the empty stage. The spotlight felt like an interrogation lamp. The silence, a roaring judgment. Every night, before the curtain rose, that shadow of doubt crept in, telling me I wasn't good enough, that I'd fail. That shadow has a name. Fear is why we don't raise our hand to ask for the promotion or speak our truth. It builds a comfort zone and locks us inside, convincing us we're safe, but really, we're just stuck. The world is happening out there, and we're staring at the same four walls, wondering why nothing changes. Fear feels like a brick wall, solid, cold, impossible. But here's fear's greatest trick, convincing you the obstacle is permanent, that your story stops here. Here's the secret. It's not a wall. It just looks like one from a distance. Get close enough, and you'll see it's a door. It has a handle. It was built to be opened. On the other side is the life you want, the person you want to become. The only thing between you and everything else is the decision to reach out and turn the knob. Fear wants you to freeze, but you can choose to move. The story continues when you decide to open the door.